Okay, so I was introducing this picture from my mother, that sent from my home and home temple's garden in Japan. So they are known in English spider lily, and then also red magic lily or equinox flower. So they bloom only Ohigan season, fall Ohigan season, to close to the equinox. They are symbolical flower for Ohigan. So you can see that the beautiful many Ohigan flowers in a yard or so many places all over Japan. One second. So this is the picture from just my neighbor. So I took this picture a few days ago when I was walking my dog. I enjoyed the color of the changing leaves, and then changing leaves, the color, the Chewy, my dog, he doesn't care very much. So he was just, the busy squirrels, watching the squirrels, the busy squirrels, and moving up and down the tree. So the changing color in the view reminds me of the famous haiku poem by Japanese Zen master Ryokan. 裏を見せ、表を見せて散るもみじ. So now it's in English translated to, now it revealed its hidden side, and then now the other, thus it falls an autumn leaf. あれがなくなった。カーソルが見えない。So he compares the human life and all sentient beings' life to the autumn leaf. We all changing colors and bright and dark, the green and brown, and yet they fall off in the end. The fall Ohigan is held during the fall equinox. It is a time when things seems to be in balance. Day and night are equal, and the temperatures are more moderate. Then the spring and autumn equinox is the day the sun comes up from the east, the due east, and then sits down in due west. So the direction of east and west has never changed. The routine and the equinox has also never changed. It is universally acknowledged truth, just same as Amida Buddha's guidance. So the special Ohigan services are usually observed in Japanese Buddhist temple and Japanese temples abroad also. They are based on the particular Buddhist tradition and sect. They also visit to family grave to clean and then decorate flower arrangements, offering sweets like ohagi. It's also called the botamochi, so you can see the picture of that. I just made a ohagi and then and put that on the altar, my butsudan right here, if you can see it. So this is my kids' and the favorite Japanese sweets. So the offering ohagi and incense to pray and talk to the family ancestors who have already passed. So those 2 days are holiday in Japan. The people visit family graves and the temples instead of going to work or school. So Ohigan comes from the Sanskrit words paramita, which is translated as other shore, nirvana, or enlightened. So the Higan also implies, so that's called the Higan. So there is a contrasting shore which is our world. It's called the Shigan. That we live in Shigan, the world of delusion. So the reaching the other shore, it's called Tohigan in Japanese. So enlightening, the becoming a Buddha, it is the final goal for a Buddhist. So to cross the river and reaching to the other shore, the Shakyamuni Buddha said there are not only one way. There are many ways, many kinds of practices. We can find a way fits on us individually different. That is the reason why there are so many Buddhist sects in the world. So Abby and Rory has read the six parameters for the reading today. So this is the six parameters that serve the bridge spanning across this wide river, and by practicing. So practicing are fuse, selfless giving, jikai, ethical conduct, ninniku, patience, shojin, perseverance, zenjo, meditation, and chie, the wisdom. The six parameters teaches us essential Buddhistic way of life which every Buddhist should follow every day. So we might feel practicing the six parameters every day can seem impossible for us to follow. So another way to look at the Higan, other shore, to see in this story, the two rivers and the white path. Some of you might remember this is the story I've told at my talk sometime last year. The story expressed by Chinese Pure Land Master Shan Tao. A traveler journeying through unknown and dangerous wilderness, that he found before him the strange river that flows from the north to the south. The south side is a river of fire, and the north side of the river is water. Both rivers are too deep to walk, and it took about 100 steps to cross to the other side. And also it goes to the both directions very far. So directly in front of him is a narrow white path that crosses the river. Between those two rivers lies a narrow white path a few inches wide. From behind, he is pursued by many bandits and wild beasts. They climbed to the pushed and shoved to get him down first, because he was the only one there. The traveler was scared to die, so he ran toward to the west. Shan Tao, the Zendo Daishi is in Japanese, he composed this parable based on his own spiritual dilemma, that he himself felt trapped, unable to go back, left, right, or forward. So where are you in these pictures? Where are you standing right now? So are you in the middle of your journey on a white path? Or you are on a bridge walking toward the other shore practicing six parameters every day? Or we may be feeling trapped, as if we have fallen into the deep dark hole with everything seeming hopeless, unsure of which way to go. So anyone can fall into this kind of state. Maybe you yourself have already experienced this state and complete loss of hope, or not knowing which directions to go. Any of our experience could throw us into this world of darkness. As I read at the beginning of this talk, our Jodo Shinshu teacher Shinran Shonin mentioned about our life, the ocean of birth and death, of painful existence has no bound. And he also quoted, we have long been drowning. We have long been drowning. And the only being carried by the ship of Mida's universal vow bring us across to the other shore, the Pure Land. So Shinran Shonin used the word ship in his writing many times. He also mentioned that in the world of delusion, birth and death, as the ocean. So riding the ship is easiest and the most reliable way. So when you ride a ship, you will see many different types of people, young and old, tall and short, big and small. But once we all get on the board, the ship will undoubtedly bring you and all the others to the destination together. You may still want to study more and more than the others, but it will not make a difference. Nobody chooses just a few of them, the good people, to bring to the destination. We will all be delivered to the shore no matter what. Amida's vow ship is the best ship ever. You don't have to worry about hitting the big chunk of ice like in the Titanic. There were 7 masters listed by Shinran Shonin that teaches us Buddhism. The first master, Nagarjuna. He lived in India more than 1500 years ago. He mentioned that there are 2 major ways to become Buddha: the easy path and the difficult path. So all 7 Pure Land masters choose the easy path, the Nembutsu path. So some of you might think that you can do the difficult path. I like studying, reading books, sitting in meditation for hours every day, and then I can chant sutras 100 times on every day or so. But we never know what will happen to us. We might get sick and won't be able to continue to physical practice. When we get older, we might lose eyesight, hearing loss, and could get memory loss. We never know if we will get into the accident and then lose our lives instantly, even we don't realize it. There are so many ways we can fail the path of difficult practices. So anyone can fall into the kind of state like drowning the ocean, and the painful existence had no bound. So you could lose your job. After decades, they're giving your life for your company, and then now they said you don't need you. Or the doctor could tell you that you have serious illness and only a few months to live with no hope for a cure. We could lose dear loved one, your family and friends. How can I live even another day with my dearest loved one? Any of our experience could throw us into the darkness, and in any time it could happen. Since the purpose of Buddha's vow is to engage all sentient beings, rather than asking whether the Pure Land really exists or not, we must accept the Pure Land as the world that is waiting for us. Even though because of our unawareness, we are unfit to be born there. Once we get in Amida's ship, the direction is ahead of us. Once we reach to the other shore, Ohigan, born into the Pure Land, that is the terminus for negative characteristics and the resulting karmic suffering. It allows us to attain limitless life and higher wisdom. It enables us to walk as a bodhisattva for the benefits of all sentient beings endlessly into the future. So Shinran Shonin said in his major writing, The True Teaching of Pure Land Way, the true essence of Pure Land Way, I see that Amida's directions of virtue to sentient beings has 2 aspects. The aspect for our going forth to the Pure Land and aspect for our return to this world. In the aspect for going forth, there is a truth teaching, practice, shinjin, and realization. So the 4 periods of teaching, practice, shinjin, and realizations are the aspects of our going the forth to be born in the Pure Land. And they also called also aspect of going forth. So when we are born in the Pure Land and attain the cause of Buddhahood, the great compassion naturally arises in us. And so we return to this world to guide other sentient beings to liberation as we so desire. And thus, this aspect is called Genso, aspect of returning. Both also going forth and Genso, returning, are the benefits brought about by walking of the primal vow. This is a saving work of other power, Tariki, which is totally denies the self-power, Jiriki. This is a great path in which we totally rely on the vow of Amida Buddha and then enable all sentient beings to attain the supreme enlightenment. Ohigan is the time for us to simply express our gratitude to Amida Buddha for awakening us to boundless wisdom and compassion. Amida Buddha, your family, your friends, your loved ones who have already passed away, all cross the river and reach the other side and are calling you as Amida Buddha's voice. They are always guiding you like the lights of the sunset. Amida Buddha, since realizing Buddhahood, Dharma body's wheel of light is without bound, the shining on the blind and ignorant of the world. The light of wisdom exceeds all measure and every finite living being. So take refuge in Amida, so true and real light. So if you can, please join me in Gassho. Put your palm together, say Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.